Jeff Hardy. Thanks for your time. Welcome to WFAA. Welcome to Dallas.
Thanks for having us, Paul.
Thanks for having us.
Sure. We're at the start of what you could consider a new era for TNA. Congratulations on the new TV deal going to
Thank
AMC. And you're kicking off this new era with the taping in DFW along with the TNA Genesis pay-per-view. Tell me about it. What is it about DFW that you think makes this a great place to kick off the new era?
Dallas is such an amazing wrestling city. They have such a great wrestling history. World-class championship wrestling was here, which was some of the most viral wrestling ever. Just people loved it, and the fans were so passionate. And one thing I love about wrestling in the South, in Texas specifically, that fans are just here to have a good time. They want to cheer their hero, they want to boo the bad guy, and that's what we want. At the end of the day, we're out there telling basic stories and, trying to entertain you with our athletics and, what we're doing as far as wrestling within a ring. But it's really exciting to be coming back to Dallas. These are great fans, and we're going to be here live, and it kicks off the AMC era, which I think is going to be TNA's biggest era ever.
Yeah, before juking was an actual thing, and there was a lot of pre-juking going on with, it might have been some booing too with Michael Hayes back in the day, man, with the Von Erichs in this area. So yeah, it's good to be back.
Sure, yeah. What do you think sets TNA apart in this current wrestling economy compared to the other options?
I think TNA is really going to carve out its own niche, and I think it's very important that we establish our own identity. And I love the fact that we're with AMC now. AMC is known for having iconic shows like Breaking Bad, The Walking Dead, Mad Men. I think that TNA is going to offer a more cinematic feel in a lot of the things it does. I think we're going to have really compelling stories and also super intriguing characters. And myself and Jeff were very honored to be here and be part of this great resurgence, and we're looking to lead the way, man, into the future.
Great. And I believe you just recently signed a new deal with TNA.
Yes.
And I think will that see you taking a bit more of a backstage role as well as being on screen?
I'm definitely interested in it. There's been some talk about doing that, and that's definitely something I'm interested in. I'm very invested in TNA. The fact that we re-signed with them, I want to see TNA succeed and thrive, and I think it has a great opportunity now that we're especially on this platform of AMC. It's on every basic cable package, it's in every hotel. Now people can actually get eyeballs on the product, and we want to invite everyone into the TNA tent here.
Yeah, and especially for both of you guys, but with you're talking about making like interesting characters, things of the show. You're so good at reinventing yourself with the Big Money Matt or the Broken Saga. So that's something you would be. I could see you having a hand in possibly helping people with their characters, things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Creative is something I'm very passionate about. Especially trying to do stuff that is original and new, and try and tell stories in different ways. And I feel like we're a little underrated in some ways, because not only could we tell good stories in the context of a regular wrestling match, with us wrestling another tag team, we learned how to tell stories with tables, ladders, and chairs in these amazing matches, and redefined a whole genre actually that is going to live in wrestling history for the rest of time. And then also the cinematic match as well, on our property, the Hardy compound. So yes, I would love to be a force in creative as time goes on.
I think AMC and TNA cinematic matches just make sense when I imagine the possibilities.
Sure. And you guys at Genesis, you're going to be wrestling the Righteous. There's a team you've crossed paths with a couple times before. Is this a match that you were looking to make happen again, or how are you feeling about it?
Yeah, we're looking to, they've been they posted something of them doing the Twist of Fate and a Swanton Bomb, I believe, recently, and compared it to one that we did back in, 2000 or somewhere back in Times Square. But it is super interesting because they are kind of cultish, and they abducted Matt a few weeks ago and created this shrine with pictures of our families and very strange cultish stuff, but it's going to be very intriguing and extremely fun to watch.
And I would like to say this, Righteous, we're glad you're big fans, that you want to emulate us and do our finishing moves. And, you call us the GOATs and you can help us ascend. But, we also get the mental games you're playing. And we are going to shut you down at TNA Genesis on January the 17th.
Yeah, and so I know you guys also occasionally work independent shows now and then. A few particular companies, House of Glory. One that's been really interesting to me is you guys have been regulars and you're the tag team champs at Fourth Rope Wrestling,
Yep.
which is run by West Side Gun.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting because he's not a wrestling guy traditionally. What's that been like working for him in that company?
The shows are awesome
It's
in
great.
my opinion, man. It's like rap performances, wrestling match, rap performances, man. It's super cool, and yeah, we're super proud to be the champions.
And West Side Gun is a massive wrestling fan, and that's why he ended up wanting to start this promotion. And they have a great deal going there, and we're very honored to be his champions. It's been cool getting to know him. He is such an entrepreneur, you know what I mean, with the things he does, and just I love the way he presents himself, and he kind of has spread himself into a lot of different areas, which is very cool. I think Fourth Rope has the ability to grow, and I would love Fourth Rope to work hand in hand with TNA with this new AMC deal as well.
We know what's better than 3 ropes. What do you think is better than 5 ropes?
6 ropes.
6, 7.
6, 7 ropes.
Oh man.
That's for anybody that didn't get that joke. That is Fourth Rope's whole motto is what's better than 3 ropes, and then
Yeah,
4
yeah,
ropes.
yeah.
That's funny though, Jeff.
Thank you. Thank you.
A few months ago, last year, you had that match with the Dudleys, their last match. It got a lot of buzz online, and that just leads me to ask, do you think there's any possibility now that they're back together too that we could see one more match with Edge and Christian in the future?
Yeah. We'll retire them too if we need to. I love how Bob. No, I would love to wrestle Edge and Christian. They're probably our greatest opponents. We all made each other in the tag team ladder match at No Mercy 1999. That was the match that changed the game for all of us.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're our favorite opponents of all time, and I would love to have a match with those guys before it's all said and done.
For sure.
Great. No, I wanted to ask about some of your prior history in Dallas and the DFW area. And one of the interesting things that I saw, just mentioning Edge recently, it's been just a little over 20 years since your match with Edge. It was a loser leaves Raw match.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that was here.
Yeah, it was in Dallas, and I have very vivid
Ladder
memories
match, yes.
of that. Yeah, what are your memories of that match and working with Edge back then?
It was great. We were on great terms by then. It was real interesting, the story we did, because it was a real blurred thing between what is real and what's not real, and people weren't sure. But everybody was absolutely on the same page at that time. And I know they just wanted to do the split because they wanted to utilize me on SmackDown at that point in time. It was fun, man. Always working with him. He's a great pro wrestler. He's a great entertainer, and we just always had great chemistry together. So that match was a lot of fun for what it was worth.
Yeah, definitely. And I also wanted to bring up, recently, of course, we saw the retirement of John Cena a few weeks ago. Jeff, there was a period in 2008, 2009 where it was kind of like you were the top 2 guys in WWE for a while. What was it like working with John back then?
Yeah, it was amazing just to know that, man. I'm like super proud. I was on top of the wrestling world, man, back then. And a lot of people say I was bigger than Obama, which I love.
BTO, it's a thing
love,
now.
Hearing that, because I was a part of this movement, man, and just me being me. And, I love when I hear people say he wasn't trying to be cool. He was cool because I was just being me. That's what's my authenticity just screams for my performances in professional wrestling. It just comes so natural for me, and it's very strange and very different. But I was born to be a pro wrestler, and to know that I was up there with Cena, man, back then, it's just, I've been to the top of the wrestling world and to the bottom, man, but I've had to rebuild my career several times, and I've rebuilt it for good this time. So it's so nice to be on the other side of my darkness from drugs and alcohol. So yeah, I'm just continuing to rebuild, man, here and doing this Hardy's thing until we can't do it anymore.
Yeah, great. And Matt, I thought this was interesting. You had a series of house show matches with a very young John Cena in 2002, including a match in Dallas. When you were working with him back then, if you can remember, did you think he had the potential to reach the level he did eventually?
Yeah, he always had potential, and I think to me, right from the jump, it was real obvious that his personality was so strong. You know what I mean? He is such a great speaker. He is so great at emoting and performing just as a character. And I realized that work was so strong. And, you know, once he got in the basic thugonomics deal and doing that, I mean, he would go all in on the bits. And that's what's so important when you're a pro wrestler. You have to go all in. When I was Broken Matt Hardy, I went all in, you know, and you have to do that. That's the way you establish something and truly make it work and get it over. Yeah, I knew John was going to be a big deal. I had no idea he would be as big as he was, but he definitely showed all the signs of being a big star.
Yeah, even the first time seeing him as the prototype, I mean, it's like, I guess it was that aura or his presence just...
It looks like he's chiseled out of granite, too. You
For
know?
Sure. So, yeah, there's something extremely special with that guy.
All right. I think that's all I had. Thanks so much for your time, and we'll see you here in Dallas on the 17th for Genesis. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yes, and the 15th too, the first ever Thursday Night Impact, man,
And the 15th
AMC.
Impact.
I was just going to say that too. Also on the 15th, I just wanted to mention that we're going to be wrestling that night as well. They just announced the match. It's going to be myself, Jeff, and Elijah taking on Order 4, Ali, and the Great Hand. So the Hardy Boys, the GOATs, are going to be in action on the first live TNA Impact on AMC.
Awesome. We're looking forward to it. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.